This is Eye on LC with your host Caroline Moore. Today we come clean with ways to stay green on campus, check out the open house enrollment, and find out if the spring weather is here to stay. Eye on LC starts right now. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caroline Moore, and this is Eye on LC. The Lynchburg Humane Society has requested funds from the city in order to create an additional facility that will support its no-kill policy. The society says that the current shelter is in serious disrepair, but will force to wait for an answer until the City Council's budget debates begin in the spring. We'll now hear from the rest of the world with our own Becca Loftus. Becca?
Hi, I'm Becca Loftus with your international news. In Syria, up to 34 people were killed according to an opposition activist group, while the Arab League suspended a monitoring mission designed to protect Syrian civilians from government-sponsored violence. The Arab League is suspending their mission because of the increase in violence. The United Nations reports that more than 5,000 people have died since March when the government began cracking down on demonstrators. Syrian ambassador to the United Nations, Bashar Jafarki, stated, "Syria will not be Libya, Syria will not be Iraq, Syria will not be Somalia, Syria will not be a failing state," he told reporters. A group of Indigenous Australian protesters set fire to the Australian flag outside of the Australian Parliament building while chanting, "Always was, always will be Aboriginal land." Earlier in the week, protesters surrounded Prime Minister Julia Gillard at a restaurant and banged on the window shouting, "Shame" and "racist" at her. Gillard was visibly upset and rushed out of the restaurant by security. These protesters are known as the Tent Embassy, created 40 years ago by 4 Aboriginal men. These protests come in the midst of efforts being made to better recognize the Indigenous Australians in the Constitution. A Norwegian UN official kidnapped from Sana'a, Yemen's capital, has been released unharmed according to officials. The UN official has not been identified but was released after negotiations by Yemen officials. The official was part of a team designated to oversee Yemen's presidential elections in February. He was kidnapped by a tribe demanding the release of a suspect in the killings of Yemen troops. This tribe often kidnaps people in order to demand concessions from the government. That's all for International. Back to you, Caroline.
Thanks, Becca. Open house enrollment was held Saturday, and Connor Knight brings us the details. Connor?
Hello, I'm Connor Knight with INLC, and it is 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is the Lynchburg College Open House. Prospective students are given a tour of the Lynchburg College campus. They go from Shul, Friendship Circle, and the dorm rooms. Later, they go to information sessions about their particular study of interest. I'm here with Jeff Whitman, who is part of the theater department here. So Jeff, what process do you go to inform prospective students about what the theater department offers?
Well, I think the major portal by which prospective students get information these days is through the World Wide Web or through our Lynchburg College webpage. So it's very important that those are up to date, that those are current, and they show a little bit about what life is like in the department. If we can get them on campus to view a production, to see a dance concert, to get connected with them on this beautiful campus and in our facilities, then we have a very good chance of coming up with very good, strong classes for the theater department and for the college.
Well, that sounds amazing. Thank you very much, Jeff. You're welcome. And now a word from our prospective students. I'm here with Chris Pence from Farville, Virginia, after the session with Jeff Whitman. So, Chris, what did you think of the session with Jeff Whitman?
Well, it was pretty amazing. There's a lot to see, lots to do here, lots of things to get involved in. I'm kind of looking forward to coming back. It's a really nice place, and I kind of love this place.
I'm here with Elena Michaels from Charlottesville, Virginia. So, Elena, what did you think of the session with Jeff Whitman?
Well, Mr. Whitman is very nice, and he was very informative. And I really like the size of the theater department. It's very important to me that it's more of a community. And at large, Lynchburg College is really a very nice place to be.
I'm Connor Knight. It's this time. And this was the Lynchburg College Open House. Thanks for tuning in. Back to you, Caroline.
Thank you, Connor. And now we turn to Lisa Huber with tips on cleaning and greening up your lifestyle in the latest installment of The Green Hornet. Lisa?
everyone, Lisa Huber here for INLC and the Green Hornet. I'm here with Boyce Hamlet from Physical Plan. Hello, Boyce.
Hello, how are you?
Good. He's here to talk to us about the solar panels on Mont. Can you just explain to the students exactly what they are?
It is the solar panels. We had our choice between flat panel solar technology and the tube technology, which we chose the tube technology for Montgomery. We are heating all the domestic hot water in the building, so the students, the showers, the kitchen, the sinks, and we're producing approximately 85% of our hot water is coming from the sun right now, and we do generate hot water all day long. We have a storage tank on the side of the building that we store hot water, and that, so as we produce it, it's not used, it is in the tank, and that, so we're getting the benefits at nighttime, keeping the electric hot water heaters off.
That's great. And how did you go about installing them?
We contracted with a local contractor that specializes in solar technology from Madison Heights, and they come out over the summer, and the panels came from Texas, and they assembled them here on site, erected with a lift and put them on the roof, and piped all the way back down to our mechanical room in the first floor.
Okay, well, thank you for telling us about the solar panels on Mont. And this has been Boyce Hamlet I've been interviewing from Physical Plant, and this is Lisa Huber for INLC, the Green Hornet.
Thanks, Lisa. The Lynchburg Hornets have been stinging the competition this year in basketball. We now go to Kestrel Curl for all the details.
Talk about basketball. Tuesday night, our women's team took on the Yellow Jackets of Randolph-Macon in what proved to be a hard-fought game. Despite the Hornets' best efforts, they ended up on the losing end by a final of 79-67. Lynchburg freshman Shannon Allen delivered a team-high 21 points. She also added 6 blocks, while senior forward Katie Crump brought in 14 points and grabbed 11 boards on the night. The next night was the guys' turn on the court as they hosted Hampden-Sydney. The Hornets were without starting center and leading scorer Austin Chalemi, and that hurt the guys as they fell to the Tigers by a final of 92-59. LC's top scorer on the night was sophomore Andrew Simmons, who tallied 8 points. The ladies also lost Friday night to Bridgewater 68-49. And after the slow start to the week, the need for a win was high for both the men and the women heading into Saturday's doubleheader. And they did not disappoint. The men were up first in a non-conference showdown with Methodist University. The Hornets were again without Chalemi, but the night belonged to senior Nate Campbell, who registered a career-high 30 points on 13 of 18 shooting, including 3 from behind the arc. He also added 7 rebounds. In a live-by-the-3, die-by-the-3 game, Lynchburg most definitely lived. In fact, they thrived, hitting 11 on the night as they cruised to a 92-79 victory. Point guard Harry West stuffed the stat sheets as well with 16 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. Tucker Lucas added 14 points and 4 assists himself. An upset alert. It was a thriller in Turner Gym Saturday afternoon in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The ladies played host to conference leader Eastern Mennonite, who coming into the game held a 15-1 record, 12-1 in the conference. The game was a nail-biter coming down to the final second. It was a 1-point game with 15 seconds left, and thanks to some made foul shots down the stretch by the Hornets and great play throughout the entire game, the Hornets held on and earned a 75-72 victory. Shannon Allen had a career-high 25 points, adding 6 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 5 steals. And off the bench, Shea Kelly gave the Hornets a great boost with 12 points. Come out and cheer on the ladies Friday, February the 3rd at 7 p.m. in Turner Gym as Randolph comes to visit. The guys are away this week, first Wednesday Eastern Mennonite, and then they take on Bridgewater Saturday. Be sure to wish all the Hornets good luck. And we would like to inform you that Wednesday morning, 2 Hampden-Sydney students were severely burned as a fire broke out in the residence hall. We ask that you please keep these students and the school in your thoughts through this very difficult time. Even though we are rivals in competition, we are ODAC family, and we here at LC would like to send our love and support to Hampden-Sydney. Caroline.
Thanks, Kestrel. The trend this January is t-shirts and shorts, but how long will it last? William Orndorff tells us more. William?
Thanks, Caroline. After a week of nice weather, the trend is going to continue for this week. We could even see our high hit the upper 60s by midweek, so keep looking out for that. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the surface maps showing the reason for this nice weather. As you can see, we have this high pressure system sitting on top of us with another one right behind it. This high pressure is going to keep the sun out and the temperatures warm. Now let's go ahead and look at our 7-day forecast. As I mentioned before, we are going to have just a beautiful week for the weather. We may see some rain late in the week, but currently it's looking like it's just going to be a small chance. The lows for the week are going to stay in the upper 30s and the low 40s. Remember, if you need daily weather on the fly, make sure you just check Facebook, as INLC Weather is on Facebook. Just go ahead, friend us right there, and you'll have your weather every day. This has been William Orndorff. Back to you, Caroline.
Thanks, William. And don't forget to tune in with INLC or check us out on Facebook for all of the latest news. Have a great week, LC.